Yeah, that needs to be fixed. Nice. Hey, hey, it's the girl Andrea, and we are chopping some earlage today. So we'll talk about earlage versus silage, all of the fun. We just fixed a wagon, and now we're gonna get the party rolling again. Ready to rock. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but we're waiting. That's what's in there. Hey, girl. Let's test out this. Is this a better sounding option? All right, folks, we got ourselves a microphone today. Seeing if I can get some better audio. It's hard in a tractor with the air going and everything, but it is not 98 degrees today, so it should be better off there. We are chopping some earlage today. So the last video we were chopping silage. This is earlage. So let's chat about the differences. They're just opening up the end rows right now, and I cannot maneuver behind a regular corn head at all very well. So they're opening up with the smaller tractors without duals, and then the truck that we have, no one you saw in this video. So earlage versus silage. Silage is the entire corn plant besides the bottom, this much of the stalk ground up into one feed source. Silage is great for any sized animal in the barn. So whether you have fresh calves, you have fat cattle, you have cow-calf pairs, you have heifers, you have bulls, they all feed on silage very, very, very well. We feed a lot of silage. Earlage is just the ear of corn, including the husk and the cob ground up into a feed source. So everything besides the stalk and the extra leaves and all of that jazz, it's kind of like a regular combine. It just also includes the cob and the leaves on the corn. So I think if you get sweet corn, it's the entire corn plant of like what you buy with the husk on it ground up into one feed source. So therefore it is much higher in starch, higher in energy. It is essentially a comparable option to cracked corn, just with some extra fiber and filler for cattle. So we don't do a massive pile of earlage. We just do enough to feed in the winter months. That way we're not grinding corn when it's negative 50 degrees outside potentially. And it's just a really good feed source to start calves on, get them going, and then we switch as we get into spring where things are thawing and stuff. We ideally like to use up our earlage before then because it starts to spoil, and mud season and all of that jazz. And then we'll go to cracked corn. So that's what's up today. You can feed earlage to cows as well. We did a little bit this year to get it used up. You just have to be very light on it. It's not a bad option when they're lactating heavy to kind of get them coming into milk nice. But that's what's up. Ness and I are hanging out. I don't have a buddy seat rider, but I have my dog with. So we're just going to hang out, see what happens. They're opening up the field, playing the work of art. It's a different world because it's not a chopper head. It's a regular corn head on to do earlage. So you'll see that when he comes around, he sounds like a regular John Deere. I don't know if it's like an 8-row head or what. So it's not as wide as the chopper head. That was a 12-row, so you could get a lot farther. But I see them. They're way in the back along the fence line. So I'll let them get around. Then I will come in there once it's opened up because duals, man, they're fun. So, yeah, we'll see how this microphone life works. It might be annoying. It might work well. We'll find out. Another breakdown. Turns out we have some issues with the chopper. It's not kicking the leaves off of the plant, so we're getting extra leaves from the corn plant. We don't necessarily want that, so he's going to go, he just went home. He's also our neighbor, so it's easy. And he's going to see if he can figure out why it's giving us extra fluff when we don't want the fluff. And I mean, he has to do earlage for himself and other customers and stuff too. So it's not just us. It's not bad. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, it wouldn't be a big deal for us, but if someone wants their earlage to be prim and perfect, that'll be a thing. So yeah, now I'm gonna go hang out, to be honest, and see what happens. See if it's a 20-minute fix or if it's a 2-hour fix. I don't really know, but Nessa and I are gonna get out of here. This is where she rides. If you remember last year, she rode like 8 hours there. So it turns out they're getting a part for the chopper, and they had to drive an hour and a half to go get it. So tentatively finishing later this afternoon, so I'm gonna go get a workout in instead of just sitting in there. So that's what's up now. Got my 2 beverages that I always have in my hand, water and a Celsius at all times, but if I don't die, we'll see what happens. Cross our fingers we get her done today. That'd be cool. That would be cool. It's not gonna take long once we get going. Just gotta get going. Yes. Do you think they're gonna be ready to rock? I don't know. It's 3:30. We'll find out. She's very enthused. Can confirm. Chopper's still at the neighbor's house. So, I don't know. It is 5:30 and we are back at it. He's gonna open the field there, and then Nathan will come with the truck and get around, and I have a feeling we're just gonna chop this. Like I said, it's not a lot that we chop. It's just enough for the winter months, and really at that point cattle on feed is freshly-ish weaned calves on like step 2 ration, so they aren't eating a lot of corn and slash earlage anyways, but there is some because it steps them up towards finishing. So we chop it for them, and then we can feed the cows in lactation if we want, but it just makes life a bit easier, kind of, in a sense. I mean, it does, reality. Not having to grind corn in the cold. So, should be done in an hour and a half. All goes well. Maybe 2, maybe 1, we'll see. Hey, are you ready? Let's go, squirrel. Let's see. We can't see him up. These windows were clean. He's right there, coming out. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get her done today. I feel like there's a lot more wait time with earlage because you are not getting as much from the acres as you would for silage, since it's only part of it. And our corn is not doing super hot out here, but drought will do that. It's spotty. Like, there's areas you definitely can tell there's a lot more coming out of the spout when we're moving, and then there's areas where we're not getting much. So light ground this year, you're gonna be very tough yields, and if you had the right ground and the right timing on rain, you could still have some really good parts of fields or fields that do well, but we are not going to be in the 220, 240 bushel corn anywhere near that. The field that we did silage on adjusted to 170, so not terrible at all for a 99-day variety on that ground, and some of it being like 3rd-year corn on corn and some of it being 2nd-year corn on corn. So definitely not disappointed in that, but I mean, it's done 200 the last how many years, so it's a little not as great, but drought will do that. But you can see it's super dry out here. It gets really dusty when we drive by. It's just like powder. But this field also has some compaction areas, since this is where we run cows in the winter. Some of the cows, they eat out here, their winter pen is out here, and we graze out here, and we haul a lot of manure out here, so it gets a bit of compaction. Whopping 4.8 miles an hour today. Not too shabby. It's really fun because when I record, I can't listen to music. Sad. I was listening to some Nirvana. Now I'm not. YouTube licensing, man. The earlage is looking better. Less leaves. corn looks really good. I mean, it's tall and everything, but it's better ground right here. So this is the 107-day corn that we chopped last year for silage. I'll have to see how the ears look. We got a lot of, not a lot, but there's some good sized double ears in spots. So. There is some thunderstorms like right over there, and I just got out to make sure my door was shut in the back end. And there is quite a wind coming out of it. I just looked on the radar. It's gonna miss us. It's pouring northeast of here and east of here. But yeah, you can see wind whipping through here. It's like a dust bowl. Good times, but we're getting there. Nathan said that his truck was overheating, but he's back out here now, so we'll see. But nice to miss her. You having fun? She wants to sit where I'm sitting, and I was like, that doesn't work, ma'am. All right, folks, we are in our final pass and a half, depending if it's more than 8 rows or not. So, making good progress. And it's more than 8 rows, so we're gonna have to whip around and come back. It's like 8, 6, so 14, whatever it is. So we didn't get the pack tractor because we didn't want to go drive it 30 miles up. And this works, so. So we gotta measure the earlage pile and figure out what size plastic we gotta get for it. So that's what's up now, but this is a pile. It's pretty exciting. It's not very big, but like I said, it's mainly just for winter feed, starting calves, etc., etc. So didn't need a massive amount like we would with silage, and it only goes to the feeders, so that's why. About 90. Oh gosh, it's got a steep side. Made it. Can't read it. 36. So this is earlage. Up close and personal. What she looks like. So you can see much higher in grain than silage is. And this is silage. So you can see there's a lot more of the foragey type stuff in here. So, and this is properly fermented, which is why it's kind of a different color. This is the stuff from last year. But whole plant versus not the whole plant. That's a wrap on earlage. Feels good to have 2024, and I guess fall of 2023 feed done. It's like a
whole level of relief, to be honest, and it's great. But got her locked and loaded, ready to rock. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you then. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.